It is known as Georgia State's student-run 100,000-watt radio station.
You're tuning into Album 88.
On the air since 1971, WRAS Atlanta, otherwise known as Album 88, has been a cornerstone of the college radio and music industries. Student staff and management are given a hefty responsibility. From careful selection in a vast library full of independent music, to even keeping after paperwork, these students work hard to make sure that the station's reputation and prominence within the industry remains solid. And it is all headed by this man.
You are listening to the Quintessential College Show here on Album 88, WRAS Atlanta.
A native of Canada, Bryce James McNeil first came to Georgia State in the fall of 2003, after already receiving degrees and having previous DJ experience at Cape Breton University and the University of Maine. Bryce started at WRAS in January of 2005, and since then has also been working on a doctorate degree to pursue a career as a professor with an interest in media advisement. I caught up with Bryce on the job to talk with him about his experiences both at Georgia State and abroad, as well as discuss his future plans. So, why Georgia State and not any other college? What made you choose Georgia State?
Well, I knew people here, for one, and I had it on very good recommendation. Campus radio station was a big reason why I stayed. It wasn't a big reason why I came.
So how did it make you feel when you found out that you were going to be the general manager of the largest student-run radio station in the U.S.?
The first thing I thought was, okay, you're going to do this again, because I had been the manager of the undergrad campus radio station at Cape Breton University and told myself I was never going to do that again. I was never going to be manager again. So the contrast of influence was extremely interesting. And since then, it's just been it's interesting to see the parts that have been similar, because they're just all campus radio stations at the end of the day, and then the parts that are completely different because of the fact that we are so powerful, we have a lot of influence, and we have people that have been listening for such a long time and sort of demand a lot from us.
This is WRAS Atlanta.
But the selection process is not easy. Operations Manager Jeff Walker is a member of the Student Media Advisory Committee that helps in selecting new general managers. He explains the process and also why Bryce was a choice amongst several applicants.
The Committee on Student Communications is in charge of overseeing all of the media. The radio station is a slightly different animal, but the radio, since the radio station is owned by the university, it makes recommendations to the Dean of Students on choosing general manager. He had taught in the communications department, so he had good experience there. And we had had good experience with him at the station already.
And his student staff? Well, they have no objections to Bryce being manager, including his student management staff, which was hand-selected by Bryce. Just ask Program Director Ashley Lindsay.
He's done a good job of delegating the duties of music programming and scheduling and the website and just every aspect of the station.
Overall, he's very affable, and he handles conflicts, but he doesn't take himself too seriously.
I love working with Bryce. He is very professional while having fun at the same time. I've learned a lot from working with him. On the ball, always having fun and showing everybody else what's the right way to do things through example. Can't beat that.
You're going to be pursuing a PhD in communication. What do you hope to do with that?
Well, the primary goal has always been teaching, to teach at university, which is what I'm doing anyway, but obviously to be a professional professor.
What kind of things do you hope to take with you after you leave Georgia State?
Well, there's a number of things that I'll take with me. It's a different program from the other programs that I've studied at, for one, so it's been a chance to learn under new professors, in particular to have spent a lot of time learning with Ted Friedman, who's my advisor, and whose line of study is very much the line that I'm following. Those are the things that come to mind. The taking home the experience at the school, but also taking home the experience of at the station and in the city at large, which I hope will be beneficial for the rest of my life.
The city of Atlanta has benefited from Album 88 in many ways for the past 37 years, and Bryce only hopes that his experiences as general manager, as a student, and from his experiences both here and abroad will help keep the station going for many years to come. James Inkowski, GSTV News, Atlanta.